I'm Ben Mankiewicz, joined by Gina Prince-Bythewood, writer-director. Gina, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And particular thanks for programming this specific double feature as your 2-for-1 programming. We're going to start with Central Station, which is a Brazilian film from 1998, then jump forward 15 years to Fruitvale Station, which is Ryan Coogler's first film from 2013. Why'd you pick these two films? Why'd you put them together?
Because of the type of films that they are. I feel like audiences have been just programmed to think about cinema and films as escapism. But as an audience, like, I go to be moved. As a filmmaker, I want to move an audience. And these films both have such a profound impact, and they move you. And they don't get the big marketing dollars. They don't get the big theater counts. But these are the films that I feel can change the world, and I want a broader audience for them. So they amplify and center characters that are normally in the background, show humanity to people that normally don't get that grace. These two films absolutely do that. They show the power of cinema, so wanted to broaden their impact.
You're going to feel both of these movies. Central Station, this is a Brazilian film directed by Walter Salles. And it's not like you've completely picked it from obscurity, because it earned an Oscar nomination for the leading actress back in 1998 for a first time ever that somebody in a Portuguese language film and a Brazilian film earned such a nomination.
Fernanda Montenegro gives an incredible performance. It's such a complex character, and you don't know how you feel about her until you do.
She is a flawed character, right? But through her relationship with this little boy, and they form that relationship really in the first 10 minutes of the film, she undergoes a very credible transformation.
Yeah, you care about them. Nothing feels contrived in this relationship. The way that they meet is pretty incredible, why they come together, and then how they break through these walls with each other to come to really care about each other.
They are tough on each other, mostly when toughness is needed. Although he is a little boy, I'm not sure how much toughness he needs, yeah. And
also the fact that he had never acted before.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
When you see the film, you will be shocked. But he is, incredible.
I mean, this is a grown-up performance from a little kid.
No, I mean, they truly carry it together, and that's the thing, they both had to come at it equally or the film wouldn't work. I don't know how he can tap into the emotion that he does, but maybe that's part of it. I heard that he was a shoeshine boy that they had just found. What he was able to pull from, maybe from his own life, really shows up on screen.
She has a job. Dora is the name of her character. I think she's the only person in the history of movies to have this job. She writes letters for illiterate Brazilian people who have these emotions and thoughts they badly want to express but can't write them down, so they tell them to her, so they're telling them to us, the audience. Right from the start, a really moving part of the movie, don't you think?
Yeah, that's what I love about films like this, where they can take you into a world you know nothing about and make you care about it and care about the people. And as you said, there's such a broad swath of people coming through, but you also feels like it gives you a sense of place and time and what's happening socially. Because at the time in Brazil, there was such upheaval and unrest and corruption in the government and dire poverty, and you really get a sense of all of that.
Did you see this when it came out? Did you see it back in 1998?
Saw it in the theaters.
You did. So were you already writing Love and Basketball at this point? I'm curious how a film like this might have impacted your first incredibly well-received feature film.
Thank you. So this film had an incredible impact on me. I've said this throughout my career. This is the film that restored my faith in movies. I was at a point, I just seen kind of back-to-back commercial soullessness that was permeating our industry and the films that were coming out, and I just didn't care anymore. And then I went to the theater and I sat and I saw Central Station and was sobbing at the end of it, just an ugly cry in public, which I hate to do. But just the depth of emotion that it evoked, it reminded me of the power of what we do and what we can do.
Yeah. Gina, thanks very much. Appreciate it. We'll talk more after we see the film. Here it is, a Brazilian film from 1998 that will undoubtedly move you, likely as it moved Gina 25 years ago. This is Central Station. I'm back with Gina Prince-Bythewood. We've just seen Central Station, programmed it as part of your double feature, 2-for-1. We'll have Fruitvale Station coming up in a little bit. Man, that is a powerful ending.
Yeah.
That is and so you were saying you were in the theater, saw it in 1998, and you're sobbing.
Sobbing. I mean, just her writing the letter, him running, trying to stop her, the thought that he's going to be growing up now with his brothers and he's going to be okay.
Right, she leaves him. It's the right thing to do. I mean, I hope he'll travel to Rio and that they'll see each other and have a meal, right? But of course he's in the right place. Like those brothers those are good guys, right?
Yeah.
They're going to look out for their little brother, and their father will probably
Never come.
You don't think he'll ever come?
I don't. I felt like they were setting it up that he probably died at some point along the way.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, right? Like he's got family.
He's got family.
Yeah. So many moments from the picture that stay with you. I mean, the cold execution of the shoplifter who stole what, but just the carelessness of it and the lack, everyone gets it, right? There's the acceptance of this frontier justice. And this is in Rio.
Rio.
Right?
Yeah. Which we all glamorize and think is this amazing, beautiful place that is a destination to go to, but to see that reality played out and the normalcy of it, which is good because it shocks the audience, but puts us right in the place of where this little boy is lost.
Right. And also, it tells the audience that even though what Dora is doing lacks humanity and lacks morality, like you sort of start to understand from where that cynicism came. Like this is a cynical, dark place.
I mean, certainly it's completely unexpected what happens to his mother. You don't see that coming, but the fact that so shortly after, nobody is coming for him.
Right.
Nobody's looking out for him. He's just left there, and you start to understand how often that probably happens.
Yeah. He's not merely just left there. He's pushed out at night, cleaning the station at night. They're not like, hey, you okay? Where are your folks?
Yeah.
Right? They're just like, get out. Everybody's got to get out. And I don't know how real that human trafficking thing is, but it's not totally made up, right?
No.
So.
Well, we know it was based on truth, that aspect of it, and whether it is adoption or the more horrifying thought of using them for their body parts. I mean, it's...
Yeah. There's no, whatever it is, this is not a place for children. It's terrible. It's just and so many powerful things. And I guess that none of them, at no point are we beaten over the head with a moral cudgel. Walter Salles, he allows us to feel these moments for what they are, right? Throughout the movie, you see what's at risk for this little boy. That's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Gina Prince-Bythewood, thanks very much. This was great.
Thank you.
Don't go away. Gina's got one more film to program tonight. It's from 2013. Ryan Coogler's first film as a writer-director. Fruitvale Station is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Fruitvale Station, then Act of Violence, and later, The Legend of Lila Claire. TCM is Hit or Myth tonight. It's not just a dream. The TCM Classic Film Festival returns with grand illusions on the silver screen. Delight in miraculous restorations, sensational suspense, and jaw-dropping spectacles. Fantastic worlds await at the TCM Classic Film Festival, April 24th through 27th. Passes on sale December 10th. For more, visit tcm.com/festival.
Ben Mankiewicz joined once again by Gina Prince-Bythewood, writer-director. What are you at, 7 feature films, right?
6.
6. Well, I look forward to the 7th. Get cracking. So Gina is our 2-for-1 director. Picked 2 films, this double feature. We just saw Central Station, a Brazilian film from 1998. Next up, we have from 2013 the debut film of Ryan Coogler, Fruitvale Station with Michael B. Jordan. Ryan Coogler has had great success since Fruitvale Station, but Fruitvale Station, I can't imagine the process of getting this story made was easy, especially for a first-time filmmaker. This is based on a true story that had been very much in the headlines at the time, coming out, I think, 4 years after the incident, which was the murder of a young man in Oakland at Fruitvale Station, which is a BART stop, a Bay Area Rapid Transit stop in Oakland, murdered by a BART police officer. But as you'll see right in the beginning, in case people don't know the story, the video of the murder was a major news story. Many people who were on the train that night at New Year's Eve into New Year's Day took the video. So Ryan Coogler starts Fruitvale Station with the real incident.
I feel like it was a fascinating choice because once you see that, it sets in motion this incredible tension. We know we're driving towards something. It influences every single moment of the film and how an audience views it because we know the ending.
And as people are about to see, there is tension throughout the moment, even though you know exactly where it's building to.
What's amazing about what he created, and when you do a film like this, we care so much about Oscar in the way that he's depicted within this, that we are rooting for a different ending.
Right.
Even though we know the truth, we're watching a film and we're hoping that it has a happy ending. And when it doesn't, I think that's part of the devastation. But he makes us, it's a strange way of we know the ending, but we're hoping for different.
Casting, you know, you've been there in casting relatively unknown actors in roles where they're required to, if not carry the whole film, carry most of it. In Fruitvale Station, Michael Jordan has the weight of the entire film on him.
Ryan, in talking about this film, he said he made it because if you can show the life of a human being, then you can show that that life matters. And that's what this film really is. There were so many different narratives about Oscar and who he was and the type of person he was. And this film just shows his humanity in such a deep way that we care about him. And the hope, of course, is that you're motivated to not accept these type of murders of unarmed Black men. And because he framed it as Oscar's last day, that's all we needed to know. And we got to know him, his family, his loves, his dreams, his goals, all within this short amount of time.
I asked you about casting a young actor because in The Woman King, alongside Viola Davis, you have Thuso Mbedu, who really carries the movie with her, and I'd never seen her in anything before. What do you look for when casting a young, relatively unknown or totally unknown actor?
It's a gut thing, and I know Ryan had that with Michael. I had it with Thuso. They both those actors, they share this innate vulnerability that makes you care about them.
Yeah.
They have a well that they can dive into to pull out these performances. And also there's just something, certainly with Thuso, it was a Zoom audition because it was during the pandemic, so I didn't even get to have this type of thing. Her face popped up on my screen and I immediately cared about her. And the fact that her chops are insane was just a plus. And then her courage that she could go toe-to-toe with Viola Davis, not be afraid of that.
Yeah. Gina, thank you. We'll talk more after the film.
Great.
Here it is. From 2013, written and directed by Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan leads the cast of Fruitvale Station. Back with Gina Prince-Bythewood, who picked this double feature tonight, her 2-for-1. We opened with Central Station, a Brazilian film from 1998. We just saw Ryan Coogler's debut as a writer-director, Fruitvale Station. Remind us, other than the fact that one's called Central Station, one's called Fruitvale Station, which is not insignificant, that makes it a nice pairing, why you think these movies work well together.
I believe that they share an intention on showing humanity of people who don't often get that chance, that grace. It takes us into these worlds that we don't know about and makes us care about these characters. And both are two films that made me sob in the theater, and I don't like to cry in public. And Fruitvale, I saw at a special screening for the Sundance Labs. They invited a group of us to come and see Ryan's film. And
Did you know him?
I didn't know him, hadn't met him yet. I knew that this film was about Oscar, but I didn't know anything more. And it was one of those films where you just sit there as the credits are going, you don't want to move. And then to meet him right after that, to thank him for his work and to see this young man, and he was young when he made this film. For somebody to make a film of this level as their first film, to tell the world who they are as a filmmaker, it was really an incredible experience.
I remember being moved by it when I saw it, when it came out. You know, I have a daughter, right? And all these things that he didn't get, right, with his kid, and the fact that, you know, twice he says after being shot, like, no, you have to undo this. I have a daughter, right? I mean, it's just awful. It's just awful. But you really feel, right?
Yeah. I mean, foremost, when you watch it, I have 2 boys. Like, I'm not even just seeing Oscar, I'm seeing my boys.
Yeah.
When you look at Oscar, like, if you're watching this film and you're seeing this kid in real life, the majority of the world is going to have an impression of him based on just narrative that they've gotten from media or other movies, a negative impression. What this film does is, like, he's a real person. You see his humanity. You see that he's a father. He's a son. He loves his family. It's powerful enough to change so that the next time you're walking down the street and you see somebody, you're not just going to automatically assume.
I thought, to me, what had to be a somewhat challenging decision for writer-director Ryan Coogler was the inclusion of those moments where we see Oscar at his worst, right? The fight he has with his mother in prison, right? And her commitment, very hard for her to do what she's doing, right? But she's trying to show him something, right? As a parent, I thought that just, again, layered Oscar and made him more real, and then makes, to me, what happens to him feel more, you know, honest and true and moving.
One, it would have been a complete disservice to sanitize who he was, but I think the bigger message is that despite his flaws, he's not his mistakes.
Right.
And he did not deserve to be murdered.
Of course. I think that ended up being a really effective way to, again, make Oscar human, which makes him not just a symbol, but again, a father and a son and a would-be husband who, you know, had some flaws, like, you know, I think everyone else. Everyone else, yeah. Writer-director Gina Prince-Bythewood, this has been really great. I really appreciate the 2 films you programmed, exposing them to both these films to a new audience. So thanks for doing that. Thanks for talking to us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Gina's done for the night. The movies, of course, aren't on TCM, and as everybody knows, they will continue uncut and commercial-free.